Good day, everyone. Welcome to another edition of the Complete Sports Update, where we will be bringing to you the latest and trending stories in the world of sports. I am Abib Kuranga, and I have with me
James Agberebi.
Over to the stories now. Saudi Arabian club Al Hilal submits a record-breaking offer for Kylian Mbappe. The PSD forward is already attracting interest from majority of clubs across Europe and also in the Middle East. The 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand has commenced on Friday, and the Super Falcons are up and running against their opponents in the group stage. The summer transfer window is already at the intriguing stage. Who should your club be signing before the end of this summer transfer window? These are some of the stories making up the rounds over the weekend. So, James, on Monday, a breaking news actually popped up that Saudi Arabian-based club Al Hilal proposed a whopping 300 million euros for PSD forward Kylian Mbappe and a salary worth of 700 million euros in a season. In this situation, should Mbappe accept this deal and move to the Middle East for just one season?
Well, I think everything boils down to PSG because they still have the contract with them, and they will decide whether they will accept the offer or he's just trying to. Because the way the whole thing looks like, it's as if he wants to force himself out, and such thing like it won't happen because, like I said, you still have a contract with the club. So they will decide whether they will accept the bid or they will not. Because I learned he's just going to use just a season, then he can move to Real Madrid. I don't know how they're going to fashion that out, but for me, if I'm in club shoes now, I don't think I will accept such because I think he's trying to force himself out of the club. He's trying to, because he has been doing a lot of things these few days. And I don't think it's the right thing. He's a senior player in the club, and he should respect the club. And if there's different ways to go about solving issues like this, so for me, I think both parties should just come together and solve themselves out instead of because now it's like Saudi Arabia is a maker of football now. A lot of players are going there, so I think he's also want to. Who knows? We don't know what he's discussing with his agent. So let's just see how things pan out. But I think the club should stamp their foot down and decide whether it's going to move or it's going to remain.
Okay, but in short, Kylian Mbappe should be accepting the offer.
Well, it depends on what the two teams at the end of the day agreed on. Because the way it's going now, I think it's having issues with the club, and I think they just have to come to a compromise. If I'm in his shoes and the way things are going in the club, I will accept the offer because for what they are proposing, they say 1 year. So if that's going to solve any issues, why not take the offer so that there will be peace at the end of the day?
Yes, there will be peace because 700 million euros is quite a lot of money, to be honest with you. So to the next one, the 2023 Women's World Cup in Australia and New Zealand is already up and running. And the Super Falcons played out a goalless draw against Canada, and it was somewhat of a high octane encounter, to be honest with you. And going by that performance, how can you rate the Super Falcons in that first game, and do you think that they are going to survive this group stage?
Well, before the game, the coach Randy Waldrum said he would prefer the team not to lose, which they were able to do. They got a point out of the game. I think that's out of the way now. So judging by the game and the home crowd and everything, so I expect the Super Falcons to be more adventurous this time. Don't just go there and be too defensive, because by the time you sit too deep, you're inviting too much pressure, you're going to crash. And I don't know how they're going to react if they concede a goal. They have it in them to come back and get the draw. So for me, I think I want to say more adventurous Super Falcons side, not taking away the fact that they must be very conscious when it comes to defending, but I expect them to at least improve in the attacking third, because that was the main thing I was missing in the game against Canada.
Yes, exactly, because they lack cutting edge going into the final third, to be honest. Also, yes. Also, now, do you think the Super Falcons can actually, go all the way to maybe better their finish from their best finish from the World Cup? That I think it was in 1999. The quarterfinal. Yeah. That's their highest place finish. Do you think they can actually do that this time around?
Well, I think it's still early days. They just had one game out of the way, and the game against Australia will give us a good insight of how far they will go, because we all felt okay, they did well against Canada, we're getting a point, and now they're playing against the host. I think a point will not be a bad result against the host, but the most important thing is they must not lose, so that they will not put themselves in a very difficult and tight situation when they want to play against Ireland. So for me, it's still early doors yet. Whether they're going to surpass that quarterfinal feat is still is a very big task for them. But let's see how they do against Australia. So that will give us a clearer picture.
Oh, yes, thank you for that. 35 days left for the summer transfer window to get wrapped up. And deals have been flying all across Europe, not only in Europe, also in America and also in the Middle East country, majorly, notably the Saudi Arabia. So, Mr. James, so far, which club do you think have had the best transfer window?
Well, for me, I don't think any club has really. I don't think there's that standout club yet. In fact, a lot of clubs have done deals here and there, but okay, for example, now a club like Arsenal, they brought in Timber from Ajax, they bought Kai Havertz from Chelsea, they bought Declan Rice from West Ham. So okay, they are good signings, but it doesn't mean because they didn't do signings there, they made the best signings of the summer. Because the league is where we're going to know how far these teams will go. You know, they've played a series of preseason games. Arsenal lost to Manchester United with their signings there. Where those signings will now come out good, that's when we will know when the season kicks off. I think in August. So for me, for now, I don't want to say this team has done this team has done that. Everybody are doing the normal thing that they are supposed to do, but it's when the league season starts, the first few games, that way we know if these are good signings or not.
Oh, yeah, I understand, but you know, if you are just giving the free will to just talk that which club have had, because I want your answer, a specific answer.
Okay, I think let me stick with Arsenal based on what happened to them last season. You know, you saw how they crumbled in the end of the season because of lack of enough bodies on the bench. You know, so I think the guys that they brought in, these are experienced guys. So for me, from now, I think so far so good with Arsenal.
Okay, Arsenal for you. Maybe for me, I think I'll go for. Let me just leave that for now. So, James, thank you very much for the wonderful insights as regards to these questions.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah. So, we've come to the end of this week's edition. We'll meet here next week, same time. Bye for now.